What's up, peps? How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So today I wanted to talk about bartending, specifically the stereotypes that come with being a bartender. Now, I do not currently bartend, however, there was a point in time where I worked at a restaurant full-time while going to school and I bartended. And there also was a time when I got a big girl job and still held a bartending position for a couple years. So I've experienced bartending on both sides of the fence, full-time job and part-time job. Now, the one thing that I will say about bartending full-time and part-time, bartending part-time, there are things about bartending, specifically stereotypes, that come with having the position of a bartender, and I noticed them more as a part-time bartender than I did when I was a full-time bartender. I felt like I should address some of those stereotypes that I came across in hopes that maybe I can educate people out there to not automatically assume these things about your bartenders, and maybe to convince some people to steer clear of some things altogether. So, bartender stereotypes and things you should never say to your bartender, all meshed in one. Number one, if I'm a bartender, I clearly sleep all day and party all night. Maybe this would have been more so correct when I was in college and there would be nights where I would bartend really late and then go get a drink with friends and then go home and go to sleep and go to college and do it all again. I talked about this in the last video that I made. But I noticed that while I was part-time bartending, I would get comments that would kind of insinuate that this was the lifestyle that I led, and it would really bother me because my reaction would always be to immediately tell them how wrong they were and that I was working a 9 to 5 and that this was my second job that I had. So more so it should be I sleep never and party never because I work all the time. There are 3 stipulations of bartenders that I want to shut down right now before we even get started. Number 1, I sleep all day and party all night. No. Number 2, I have no education and am perfectly content with slinging booze around to the city's finest examples of alcoholics. No. Number 3, I'm a drunk druggie who sleeps around. No. No, no, no. 1,050 million times no. And while we're on the subject, let's just bring up a couple more little tidbits that I've personally experienced while bartending, and it's really not cool. New list, number 1, I'm a bartender, not an escort. It's funny how a lot of guys who go to bars seem to mistake the two because they automatically assume since I poured them a beer and I have a vagina, those things go hand in hand, so it's okay to grab my ass or maybe say an inappropriate comment to me. That's assault, brother! I'm not being paid to flirt with you or your friends. And I did not nearly get paid enough to remotely pretend to be interested in any guy that set foot in that bar. That was always my number 1 stipulation, is that I would not take crap from anyone, and my bosses were cool with it because, wow, I shouldn't have to deal with misogyny and assholes. Treat me with respect, or you get no service. And if you continue to disrespect, you get kicked out. It's that simple. Number 2, anything less than 20% is blasphemy. Sorry guys, this is an ego thing, it's simply the way it is. Service workers get paid less than half of regular minimum wage. Your livelihood as a bartender slash server slash takeaway person is your tips. And for those of you who don't live in America who are about to jump on me because where you live, you guys make hourly wage and you don't accept tips, that's fine, that's your country's decision, but here in America, we work for tips. And I personally know without a doubt that I do not give service that is worth less than 20%. It was always really funny to have those guys come into the bar and sit down and talk about how much money they have and brag about their jobs and their cars. And then if you drop a $150 bill on them, suddenly everyone's quiet and no one wants to pay. And listen, you guys, I was terrible at math. In high school, in middle school, college, at university, I was terrible. I'm not good at it. But even I know that $20 on anything above $120 is not a good tip. You aren't curing cancer or solving a debt crisis here, guy. You are just simply leaving a tip. It's really simple. Let me break it down for you. 20% of 100, $20. What should you leave on a $150 check? So let's break it down. Here's $150, right? So what should we tip on that? Well, here's 100. And 20% of 100 is 20, so there's $20. Let's start off that. Let's start off with that. Now we're gonna take the $50. That's half of 100. Well, what's half of 20? 10? So what is that, a $30 tip? $30. I think that's right. And what would that take me? Probably all of 2 seconds to figure it out if I wasn't sitting here explaining it. And don't try to tell me that a $20 tip is okay to leave because $20 is your maximum. Do you work for free? No? Okay, cool, because neither do I. Number 3, don't ever ask your bartender for a free drink. At the different bars that I have worked at, I have developed regulars. And I had no problem rewarding my regulars with free drinks every now and then because I really genuinely liked their presence at the bar. They were nice people, they treated me with respect, and in turn, they got something back for that because they were kind. What I didn't like was that one person, because there's always that one person. In every group of friends, there's that one person who demands that a round of drinks be bought for all of them because they think they are such great patrons. And let me just point this out too, even if you do have a regular presence at a bar, that also doesn't entitle you to free drinks. And when people say, well, I've already spent $300 here, you can't give me something in return? Well, when you go to Target and you buy $100 worth of groceries, do you demand that they give you free shampoo and conditioner? If you are demanding / asking for free drinks at a bar, you are a jerk, more than likely, in the grand scheme of life, and you should just quit it. Number 4, don't ask your bartender for something fun when you don't know what to drink. Dude, I'm about to be 27. I've been legally drinking now for like 6 years. I know exactly what I like. I have 4 go-to drinks. Crown and Coke, 312, a red wine blend of some kind, I'll usually browse the list, and then if they don't have any of those things, I'll go for some light beer. If the bar has some crazy concoction list, I'll browse it, and maybe every once in a while, I'll get a fancy schmancy margarita. But to all the ladies out there who think that they are that woman in that show, City of the Sexes, whatever. No, I don't want to make you something fun and exciting. All alcohol is fun. Whether it's pink or brown or blue or clear, it's all fun. Just pick a drink and stop assuming that your bartender has a hot pink glittery bottle hiding behind her, ready to pour the fun into your night. Number 5, your bartender, 98% of the time, is not stupid. Yes, I worked in a bar, and I did for a while. But yes, I also had a 9 to 5 with paid time off and health benefits and awesome coworkers. And you know what? I would have got that job even without my associate's degree and my bachelor's degree in political science because I'm smart. I too went to a decent college. I travel. I'm cultured. I love sports, and I also write. I worked my butt off not only working my full-time job, but also at the bar, and also with my video making, and my entrepreneurship with trying to run an Etsy shop, because I'm trying to be successful. So don't assume that because I'm the one pouring your beer that I was somehow less ambitious than you were. You have no idea who I am, what I've done, what I'm doing, or what I plan to do. So don't treat me like I'm lower on the totem pole than you. I probably designed the shirt you're wearing. Number 6, don't tell your bartender to smile, cheer up, or be happy that they have a job. Don't write it on a check. Don't write it on a napkin, and certainly do not say it to my face. Look, you guys, I know it's really hard to believe, but we all have bad days, and sometimes I just don't want to smile. I have problems too. I'm a human being, and sometimes I have a lot of stuff on my mind. And I come to work and I'm ready to be professional, but that doesn't mean that I have to be cheery McCheeryson all day. When I was bartending, I always did my best to be polite and attentive. Thanks, Millie. You okay? But when you're in an office type setting, do people walk by your desk and say, hey, cheer up, smile, while you're sitting there doing your work? No, probably not, because that's weird. Don't want to feel like a total jackass for telling the girl whose grandmother's in the hospital to smile? Well then don't tell her to smile. Stuff happens in my life too, and sometimes my job sucks. Don't expect me to greet every person like I just won the Mega Millions. Although that would be awesome. Number 7. Your bartender will judge you based on what you order. In all of the settings that I have ever bartended, I had a not so great nickname that was given to me because I was notoriously known for IDing everyone and everything. I know to ID you if you are ordering a Malibu Bay Breeze or a Long Island iced tea. I know that you're not very smart if you order an extra dry martini with no vermouth. Very dry means no vermouth, just so everyone's aware. You don't have to say it twice. If you don't know what I mean when I ask you if you want something up or on the rocks, or neat or on the rocks, then you probably shouldn't be ordering the drink to begin with. Educate yourself on your booze. And no, I can't make your Cosmo any pinker without curing your UTI. Okay, you guys, well that is all that I have to say on the subject of bartending. I made a similar video a couple years ago about serving, so I figured I might as well just round it all about and talk about this. This light makes me look like I'm in the Blair Witch Project. I'm like so dark back here. It's weird. I don't like it. Anyway, you guys, if this is the first video they're seeing of mine, hi, I'm Kayleigh. You should subscribe by hitting that red button right down below and we can become best friends forever. Links to my Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram are also down below. I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Peace out, Trouts.